How about now? Can you hear me now? Okay, I just need to speak a little louder. Good evening, family. My name is Donna Foster. I'm the daughter of Estelle and Thomas Duhart. I'm her baby girl. My father, Robertson Duhart. So at this time, we kind of want to reflect this 77 years has passed. 77 Thomas family reunion. So, and we just want to kind of talk and reflect on fond memories or anything that you want to share within the family, like growing up or introducing yourselves. So what I want to do, I guess, have Henry and Mary Thomas family stand. Just stand. All right. Let's give them a hand, guys. All right. Okay. All right. You guys can be seated. So at this time, would anyone from your branch like to come up and share any special moment or any just reflecting over the years, 77 years? Anyone? I mean, just
It was a courtesy of standing up first.
just share stuff. Just, any stories that your parents have told you or anything you want to share. Just down through the years. It doesn't have to be. It's not just funny. It doesn't mean.
If you don't, there you go. I'm Ricky Thomas. My dad is Henry Thomas. I love the auntie feel right there. My mother was Estelle Adams Thomas. The story I like to share is that all my cousins, I've been knowing them over the years because I'm talking about way back. My dad owned a station wagon. And we used to get in that station wagon, we used to go visit our cousins. And they know I'm telling the truth. I just love doing that because, in the station wagon, it had that back seat where it's facing the other direction. Who remember that? Yeah. So me and my brother Carl, may he rest in peace. We always used to love to go back to that back seat because we used to sit back there and mess with folks while we riding down the road. Because we facing that way toward the traffic right behind us. But I used to love going to visit all my cousins because if we weren't going to, that's one thing we always did. We traveled. I have to give my parents credit for that. We did travel. If we didn't go to Florida, down there in Florida, we was going up north. It was one direction or the other. And that way we stayed and took contact with our cousins and stuff. Yes, sure did, and I love all my cousins. So that's my story about traveling and staying in contact with your cousins. Thank you.
Well, my name really Kenneth Everett. Catherine Everett Thomas. Catherine Thomas Everett. Oldest son. What I can remember about growing up here in Georgia was by the time I was like about 2, 3 years old, walking with my grandfather down to feed the dog. It gets a while to dog today. But anyway, we left Georgia in 1956. I was 8 years old. Moved to Miami. And I remember this one time stayed in the project down there in Alphaville. I guess you call it a project. But I remember the first time seeing television.
Whoa.
I know. There was this one lady that stayed brought away from my grandmother. And she had a TV stand in the corner of the living room where you could sit on the sidewalk and watch TV. You know, and I had to be like about 7 years old then. Or about 8 years old when that walking there. And I remember the time my local lady. And when I was talking to them, they went out there, I think it was went down in front of the tree, and he took me and my two brothers, Johnny and Randy, and they left us in the clearing. And I don't know whether it was a spot or whatever, but we started all that and screaming, and Uncle Blake and Uncle Jim started running back. What's wrong with y'all? We started laughing. You know, and my dad really see, he got on Uncle Blake. I told him I taking a ball out of that wood. They don't know nothing about that. You know, and but we was always with my family. You know, if my grandmother, she would make us walk around every year. Now the life is there with a couple of months, go up north and stay with them for a couple of months, then back to Georgia. You know, and then we did that just about every year. You know, I moved back to Georgia 20 years later. I raised in Miami. So now for 20 years. We left in 56. I moved back in 76. Stayed back ever since. You know, my intention was to stay in Georgia. My intention was to go on up north, up there with Uncle Ben and Uncle Greg and Uncle Tim for Alpha. Just been out and ready to move on. I got the job on the base. Only got there for 25 years. Been retired 25 years. Whoa. Work is a bad word. So, and I'm glad to have you all involved.
My name is Angela Thomas. I'm the oldest daughter of Leslie and Blake Thomas. And what I remember most about my family is the love. Out of 15 siblings, they were always so close. They never made a difference. It wasn't until I became an adult when I heard the term step in half. Everybody was brothers and sisters, and I like the fact that we're intelligent. We are in every profession that you can think of. And I love the fact that when you look around in our family, we see strong, black, powerful men in our family. Right. We always know the women had to be strong. But when you look at the men in our family, it just makes your heart just warm. My husband always tells me, he says, you have a rich family history. And I do, and I'm so proud. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ricky and Kenny and Ann for sharing our memories with us. Okay, next we're going to move on to Eddie and Maddie Thomas clan. Eric, can everybody stand, please? Eddie and Maddie. You guys can get seated. I guess I'm gonna start off, like some of my fondest memories growing up. I'm the youngest of the 7 of Estelle's baby girl. So my older sibling has a little more history than I do, but I'm gonna share what I remember most. I remember the family reunions from Haynesville down to Aunt Julia's house and Uncle Daniel's house, Uncle Velma's house. I think we had Charleston's house. And during the summertime, it's like I spent most of the time at Uncle Daniel and Aunt Julia's house. Their door is always open. The kitchen is always open. I remember the Easter Sundays when Aunt Julia used to press our hair. I mean, our hair used to be laid. Y'all thought y'all got heavy hair. Baby, Aunt Julia would lay our hair straight. Boy, that's what really like being there, playing kickball, playing dodgeball. Daryl would come during the summertime. Michelle, I think they had military, and I think it was one time they were living there for a while, and we would all get together, play on the dirt road, red light, green light. I mean, we used to have a good time before cell phones. Like landlines, that was us. We talking on the phone. Oh, get off that phone. But that was just that's some of the most memorable moments for me. Just being growing up, being down to Uncle Daniel's and Aunt Julia's house. Those are some of my fondest memories. Oh, you don't need to drink?
I don't need to make. I have the daughter Estelle Thomas Duhart and Robinson Duhart with my father. Eddie and Maddie was my grandmother and grandfather. I remember when my grandparents was living up on Henson Road, Wimberley. My grandparents, Eddie, he owned 100 and some acres. And I remember my grandfather, my grandma Maddie and them stayed down in the bottom. And my Uncle Velma, he stayed at the top. And Keena, my Aunt Lillian, her daughter, Wakiria stayed down in the middle. And Lillian stayed across the road from Grandma Maddie's house. And my Uncle Charles Thomas, he lived up on the hill. And we used to play down there all the time. And I remember my grandfather, my dad used to tell me more about my grandfather. He said, your grandfather was a very respectable man. And he said everybody used to love him. And he said that my grandfather, he said he had 7 boys in 6th grade. And he said that my granddaddy was the first black man to drive the school bus, Eddie Thomas. He drove the bus. He made his car out of a school bus. And he drove the kids back and forth to school. That's how my mama used to be a nurse, and my Aunt Florence, she used to be a teacher. My mama knew some very educated people in our family, including you all. And I got an educated son. He's a principal at William Baptist. All right. And my daughter, she's educated too. Yes. She got her master's on her face. Come on. All right. I'm proud of all my cousins and stuff. I'm glad to see each and every one of y'all. I'm country now. I love my family, and I just remember them good days on Wimberley Road. You know, that was very good. My grandparents and my uncle were on that whole street. We used to play up and down that road. It was dirt road. We used to eat every Sunday. What I liked about my mama and her siblings, Keena mama, all our mama. Every Sunday we used to always meet either at a G-May house or a Velma house. Then when they got older and they died, then we started eating at my mama's house. And every Sunday, my mom and daddy would have dinner with me every Sunday for us. Because a family that prays, stays together, prays together, stays together. And I know her family, and I thank God for each and every one.
Okay, so well, what happened, how they met, Florence was going with my daddy's brother, Uncle Kevin. And then he introduced my mama to my dad, Frederick Turner. So they got married. But my parents moved to Chicago. But we still came every year, every summer we came. Like she said, we played going running down that hill at Understair House. We went to everybody's house. And then we would leave we would go to my father's parents first, then we come this way. So we spent time here and we spent time there every summer. I never stopped coming. Now my brothers on the other hand. Yeah. You know, that's how I know all my first cousin and second cousin, because we continue to come. So it's important. Keep in contact with your family. You know, everybody's so involved in everything that you get things. But don't forget your family, because they're going to be there for you. That's how I know Vera. That's my mama was. Inez, that's my mama was. So my mother made sure that we knew our family. My daddy did. So my young brother, Stan, Thomas Turner. My oldest brother, you know, but like those, yeah. So it was these some beautiful people. Yeah. A beautiful family. Yeah. And we need to keep this going. Keep it going. Don't stop. Don't stop. My Aunt Maddie, that's the baby of the family. Stand up, Maddie Lou. Stand up on Junior Bank. Stand up on Junior Bank. That's how I felt about the family. You don't see how she was started, so I got a treat for her. She said, I'm gonna go in the kitchen. I go out the door. She don't cook, she don't send you a plate. All right. But it's good to be here.
Anybody else? Oh, that's you.
How everyone doing? My name is Sanchez. I am the grandson of Florence Juanita Turner Thomas. My mother is Sharita Turner. She's passed away. But I'm gonna give you a little different perspective for the younger generation. What I remember the most is I remember going to Perry. We had those family reunions at the good old Holiday Inn. Was jumping. I don't remember. I think, well, what part was that we used to go to? I having all the cookouts. Pretty good. We was out there playing basketball, bounce house, we had water slides, going in and outside of the gym. We out here having real recessions at the good old park. Those are the memories that I do remember the Thomas Turner reunion. And with those are special memories I cherish each and last one of my cousins here today. And I thank all y'all for being here. Love y'all.
We're going to move on to Charlie and Nellie. Can you, that family branch, can y'all stand, please? You guys can be seated. Any of y'all would like to come up and share anything or say anything special? Would you like me to bring the mic to you? Okay. All right.
I am Inez Daughtry. I am the daughter of Hazel Thomas Daughtry. She was the daughter of Charlie and Nellie Thomas. You know, I give thanks to the Lord that He gave me the most beautiful grandfather, Charlie Thomas Sr. as I remember, and I witnessed it, was a faithful child of God. I can say that because I had to sit in old Mount Olive Primitive Baptist Church and I had to sit there and not say a word for 2 or 3 hours. That's how long it was. But he was one of the founders and a member of the old Mount Olive Primitive Baptist Church, along with his brothers, and I can remember also his brother-in-law, Uncle Bud Allen. And I call him Uncle Bud, but we always know him. My grandfather was a deacon, and he was also the chairman of the deacon meeting. I'm telling you all history. So all of y'all probably want to hear some of this stuff. I'm from the old school. You know, Grandpa and Grandma Nella had 9 children. And during the time that Grandpa was in church, being a great deacon and a great leader, he was so impressive with his children. Out of the 9 children, you know that there were 7 of those children joined the old Mount Olive Primitive Baptist Church. Now, how many of you have had the majority of your children to join the church where you are now? My children quite impressive. Know that those children love their father enough and was quite impressed and influenced by him and what he was doing. The father still their mother. And they stayed there as long as they did. They never left. They lived in church. Young folks, are you listening? You have your parents. Watch your parents and what they're doing. It's good to follow. And it's good. Not only was my grandfather a great leader in the church, but he was a loving, nurturing father to his children. His wife died early. So for a period of time, he was a nurturing and a loving father for his children. He provided for them, and I can remember that he made sure that he had a place for them to stay. On that, in that big house of the hill that he had, was huge. It was made to the point that it had a wraparound porch of us, if you remember. And every Sunday, as long as I can remember, we did not get the money to go into that house. Grandpa's house. Yes, ma'am. Went to my grandfather's house. And it was so amazing to see how his children sat at his feet and listened to the lessons that he was teaching them. The children were told to go and play, do not disturb. No. So we knew the consequences. They stayed there and needed to. And I know one thing you remember this, and it made me how he did it. absolutely true story. My grandfather had this large farm, and he raised a lot of things, such as watermelons. Watermelons were very, very good on the farm, and all of you know that. We always had a rule that we knew that we could not go in that watermelon patch. We chose not to. So we always said, you know, it's a watermelon season. We cannot go in that watermelon. So one particular day, when we were leaving the way with our cousins, we decided, so we decided to go for it.
Speaking to the mic, stay here. Sorry. Take your back here.
So we ate. Got home. Grandpa coming around and that was rumor. And he knew it was in trouble. And of course, what that happened, we had committed watermelon seed. Grandpa told us, our mama, we're and we really saw we talked about our real grandfather. That is such a talent. But of course, he made it up for me. He had to pick him up. Grandfather had all this time. And he expected his teenager to pick all this time. We were deciding, we decided that teenagers had to pick at least 100 pounds of cotton a day. And every day would come, and I just couldn't pick. Even with my brother. So of course my granddaddy would come every time we tried to wait a time. And they would get to me, I would have 89 pounds. Sometimes I got to 90. Sometimes I was in 95. Everybody else would have one. And then I would go home crying to my mom. So finally one evening, they weighed my top, and I had got 98 pounds. Oh, sorry. And my uncle finally was. So my granddad walked up, and he looked at the car that I was using, and just turned around and he looked at me. Then he turned back around and he looked at the phone. And he said, look at this. And then he run, look at that air. He looked at me. He said, well, y'all see this gal too tall to pick 100 pounds of cotton? He just couldn't pick 100 pounds of cotton. She all right, let's let her go on by. And let's not escape her. My uncle just shook their head, or they never heard me say, it's all but y'all can be on the top. So I was the happiest person to ever see, not so that day I left, I was the happiest person in the world on that hospital ever. And my grandfather was the greatest man on earth to me. Matter of fact, he was the super grandfather for me. My granddad. Charlie Thomas, great.
I guess at this time, we're gonna move on to our next person.
All right. Thank everyone for sharing that information, much needed information that we need to know about our family. Next, we're going to have a special treat from cousin Sharon Brown.
Good evening, family. Can everybody hear me in the back? Yes. I don't want to talk too loud. I don't want to bust you out here in this Texas voice. I bring greetings from Texas, from far west Texas, as well as from Chicago. That's where I'm originally from. But we spent many summers here in Georgia, in Perry, Valdosta, Macon, you name it. I am the daughter of Edward Thomas out of the Eddie and Maddie clan. And I have a poem that I wrote about, what, 4 months ago? Yeah, 4 months ago. And this is especially for you. Gather around, dear family, as we celebrate the Thomases today. This 77th reunion of love in every way, from the roots of Ike and Sylvia that have anchored us deep in the ground, to the branches that reach high, our joys do abound. With laughter and stories of Charlie and Nellie, we weave our share of tales. Through trials and triumphs, together we prevail. Each face tells a history, rich and profound. In the heart of the Thomas clan, true treasures are found. I see you here today. In the heart of every gathering, this year of 2025, we stand side by side with love and with pride. The Thomas clan, a tapestry woven so bright. With stories and laughter, we gather tonight. From the branches of our ancestors, Frank and Lila, are strong and true. Each branch of the family, a vibrant hue. We've weathered the seasons of life, both joy and strife. So here's to our lineage, through Sylvia and Henry, Eddie and Maddie, Henry and Mary. Y'all gotta excuse me, I don't have my glasses. Both near and far, to the laughter, the love, and the light of our stars. Let's give honor to the stories we share, to the Thomas family, a legacy so rare. May this reunion remind us, as we gather today, that family is forever. Family is forever. Come what may. From gatherings past to the memories and moments we hold, in every embrace, family warmth unfold. We honor our elders. We honor our elders. Their wisdom a guide, and cherish the children who stand side by side. As we raise our glasses, let's toast to the years, to the bounds that unite us, through laughter and tears. May the spirit of togetherness continue to thrive in the hearts of the Thomas clan, forever alive. So here's to our journey, with love as our life. Happy 77th reunion. May our future be bright. Together we stand in this circle so wide. Family always, with love and forever be our guide. Amen, and thank you all, family.
Now we have, see what happens when you reach out and touch someone. Y'all learned how we have all kinds of professionals in our family. And there's no reason why we can't network and keep in touch with each other and do this thing among us. When I say us, okay? We got a lot of information, powerful people here. I heard doctors, lawyers, all kinds of people. There's no reason why we can't work together so our kids can have some beautiful things going on. But this is a perfect time that I'm glad that what I'm about to enter into now is the youth commitment. It's something that kind of came to me when I was putting this program together. And I realized I looked at it and looked at my family, I looked at my husband's family, and realized I have one surviving aunt left on my family. And my husband had one surviving aunt on his family. And I realized my children need to know their family. So it's up to me. And that's why boots been on the ground for me for a mighty long time, to make sure that my family know who they are. I don't care where they come from, white, black, purple, brown. They're here because of them. And they need to know where they came from. They may not have liked where it started, but they're here where they came from. So at this point, I want to make sure that this thing continues. It's been 77 years. If you were to go back to your co-workers and say that I just had a 77th reunion, can't nobody touch that? Can't nobody touch that. And so I want to make sure it continues. So at this point, I want to ask that I have a family member from each, not clan, but branch, from each. It was funny, you said, girl, did you say clan? From each branch. And I need for them to be committed. I need for them to be committed like I am. So I want our young adults or a young person from each one of the clans to come up with me. Just one from each branch. Henry and Henry and Mary. We got a young adult? Young adult. Young adult. Do we have a young adult? Or young? At least 13 to 18. Young. I need somebody who's going to be committed to the work. But it's never too young. It's never too supposed to start young. Ain't no such thing. Any young person. Any young person. It's an experiment that they're going to remember. It's an experiment that they need to see. Henry and Mary, young person.
It's at 13 to 18.
Nobody put important information that y'all need to take back and say, you know what, we need to get in touch with that man, right? Okay. So we're gonna move on over because nobody's from the Henry when we come back to him. All right, Eddie.
I'll mention this, if you start in school, in regards to having somebody representing Henry there, we'll always going to show up. It's just that we're not really sure what you request.
If you give me a chance to continue, with the program, I'll explain myself.
Okay, well that's why,
I'm not finished. If you give me a chance, I just need some young person to come forward. But if you don't have anyone, I understand. You continue. Thank you. Anybody else from the end? Anybody else that's willing to help your branch? Anybody else? Charlie? Frank? All the branches? Just to say I'm willing to help. You don't have to be that spirit, that person. Please. Anybody else? All the branches. All right, then get a flashlight. And like I said, it's just a experiment. It's just an experiment. So, turn your flashlight on. Oh, thank you. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This light represents the torch. It represents the timeless torch that it's not going to go out. It's not going to go out. They're going to make sure. They're going to work with their family members. They're going to call. They're going to say, Mama, how did this happen? Where did I come from? Where did we live? Where did you live? What did you do when you were young? Who was your daddy? Who was your daddy's mom? They're going to ask questions. They're going to make sure that they know their family. And they're going to continue on. And 20 years from now, they're going to be doing what we're doing right now. 77 years didn't start with us. It started with our elders, and they did it. Every year, somehow, they went out in that field, and it was hot, and I don't know, it was hot, and they had food at our Aunt Julie Mae's house, all down the line, like I can remember. So being outside, taking that picture and picnic, I'm ready to get in. They did it and stayed out there for hours. We couldn't hardly stay out there for 15 minutes, but we did it. It's all what you believe in and what you want to continue to believe in. So this light, if you can just turn it on, and I just want you to say that you're committed, that we're going to let this timeless light shine, and it's a torch. It's a torch saying that we can continue this tradition And I'm gonna give it them all, and I'm gonna work with you, and hopefully your parents are gonna work with you and your friends and your family. And just reach out and continue to keep in touch. It's amazing how I realized I had a lot of family members that was right here in this little circle, right? Didn't even know until then. I got on the phone and I called my cousin Larry, and I found out a lot of information. Some of it may not have been what I want to hear, but you know what? It was the facts and it was the truth. You can't change that. You can't change it. They couldn't help what happened 120, 30, 40 years ago, but I'm here because of them, right? We're here because of them. Can't change something that already happened. So what we can do is go forward, is to teach our children and let them know the importance of family, the importance of being together, and the importance of just staying and continuing the time as family on it. This just represents, it wasn't hard, I told you it wasn't going to be hard. It's a torch, we need to keep it burning. Just keep it burning, okay? So when our next reunion, I want you to bring this flashlight back. It can't go out. Bring it back. If you have to replace the batteries, I need you to bring it back because it let me know that they're going to keep this light burning, okay? Exercise wasn't hard. So thank you, thank you, thank you.